And you talk about in the documentary about this sort of happenstance where you release an album and it gets nothing, and then you do this remix of Go with the Twin Peaks theme remixed into it, and then suddenly it explodes. Talk about where you got that idea, and two, what the feeling was when something, you were just kind of doing the same thing you'd always been doing, but one thing was hugely successful and the other wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I had never expected to have a career as a musician. I had never even expected to make music that anyone listened to. When I was in high school, I played in a punk rock band and we would play to 5 people a night. When I started DJing, I was sometimes playing to 3 people a night. Like my expectations were very small. So in 1990, I put out my first single called Go, and it was this minimal techno track, and it sold just shy of 1,000 copies. And I was amazed. I was like, wow, I'm with a record label. Even though I was also the assistant at the record label, like I cleaned the kitchen and sent faxes and took records to UPS. Like I was the unpaid labor at the record label, but still I'd sold almost 1,000 copies. And then this British record label wanted to release this song, but they said they could only release it with a remix. And I started working on a remix, and it was right when Twin Peaks started, and I love David Lynch. And so I think it might have even been as literal as work on a remix, watch Twin Peaks, go back to working on the remix, trying to work Laura Palmer's theme from Twin Peaks into the remix. And then this remix ended up being a top 10 record throughout Europe. So I was living in this abandoned factory, but flying back and forth to the UK and to Germany and to Benelux and Scandinavia to do all these like super high profile TV shows, still only making $3,000 a year.